Well, we're heading over here to the hills. I don't even know what today's date is. It's the 24th.
24th.
My little sister's birthday today.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, it's had kind of a cold front come in after a big chunk of rain, and it ain't like freezing outside, but it's pretty chilly, and it ain't supposed to get warm at all today. I think the high is only 54, so I figure them deer are gonna move all day really. And we've seen several on the road already. I bet we've seen over 10.
Oh yeah, 10, 15.
And it's supposed to be like 8 or 9 mile-an-hour winds. And I've been busted so many times already this year. I went ahead and washed all my clothes and sent off, sprayed it all off. Got me a big old thing of doe pee, which I can't smell it right now. All three of us are Rona buddies, so we've done had that virus. So anyways, we just stopped here to get gas, and we're gonna make tracks. Should be pretty early, but gonna get us some breakfast and head out to the woods. And guess we'll see you when we get in the woods.
Well, I finally got set up. It's been a rodeo already. And we came over to the hills, and my buddy Austin ended up coming, so I let him on my stand. He don't have no stand or sticks or no climbing stand or anything. And a lot of deer run up here by the road. It's kind of an overlooked spot. We always go away from the road, but they travel right along this road too. There's a pretty good heavy trail. We've been seeing deer up here too. So I brought my stand and sticks, and I was gonna hunt right up here by the road. And it looked good. We was actually walking and walked right up on a pretty decent 8-point. And then it looked like there was another deer out here, but I couldn't tell what it was. And everything was looking good, and I found my spot. And as soon as I started to climb up, I started to stand up and realized I left my other ratchet strap at home. Now luckily I always keep a backup in my truck, but I still had to go all the way back to the truck and get that ratchet strap and then come all the way back. And I just now got set up, and as you can see, it's pretty daylight already. The only good thing is I got good wind cover with the wind. Noise cover, I mean. And I don't think everything's all messed up. I sprayed doe pee on my feet, so everywhere I walked, I just left a trail of doe. So I think that might be a good thing, who knows. But I mean, it is still super early. We got a long time to sit. And knowing that there's a buck and a doe or whatever in here is a good sign. Both of them deer were actually running this trail that I'm sitting on, so who knows? Sometimes, most of the time when it's a rodeo, that's when it's a good hunt, so we're gonna see. sudden heard a bunch of racket back here, and I looked back to my left, and there was 3 does come running in. I don't know why. They might have came way down and seen my truck down there, I guess. I don't know. I thought a buck might be behind them, but it was a doe and 2 fawns. And anyways, they came running in, and they actually got within about 30 yards, but I just didn't feel comfortable with that shot. Everybody's gonna be making fun of me, but it just didn't feel right. I didn't want to try to force something. It's still early, but they ended up getting over there and getting my wind. She took off out there and blew. But the crazy thing is, this deer that's right out in front of me, I never did see it run off. I never see it run off, never heard it blow. So I'm not for sure. It's kind of thick right there. I'm not for sure if that deer still ain't right out in front of me. And if that's the case, there's a good chance it comes up here and gives me a shot. I don't know if it bedded down. I don't know. I mean, it could have ran off too, and I just never noticed it. But with this many does in here, there's gotta be bucks at least cruising. Like I said, this is a big time cruise spot, so I figure with me sitting here long enough, there'll be a buck come by. Not sure if it'll be the shooter, but there's bound to be a buck come by. I just hope it don't get my wind. I'm sick of getting winded, man. I've done everything that I can do, but it don't matter what I do, where I go, how I set up. The deer still wind me. It never fails. They come from spots that I never thought they'd come from. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna sit out here and hope I get lucky. Maybe a deer will come by. The main thing is we're seeing deer, so I'm gonna stick it out and hopefully see some more and get a shot at one. About that little deer. She must have been bedded down out here in front of me all morning. She's bedded down about 80 yards from me right now. She got up a while ago and started feeding, and I almost got a shot on her. She was about 35 yards. But there were some twigs in the way, and it was only for 1 split second, and the rest of the time she was farther in and thicker stuff. But she ended up working straight downwind of me, and I don't know how she didn't wind me, but I'm glad. She's bedded down over there pretty much downwind of me right now. side of that hill with the wind in her back. So she's looking downhill and she can smell anything up above her. That's how them deer do over here in these hills. So, but I'm gonna sit here. It's getting closer to 10 o'clock, so I don't know. I may wind up getting down and see if I can't stalk corner on the way out. I don't know. Because I know the other guys are gonna be ready to get out of here, take a nap. But it's still been fun this morning. Been fun seeing deer. I'm just hoping that I can get it done soon. Maybe somebody else had some luck, I don't know. I don't know what happened today. That deer ended up coming in and I shot and missed. I don't know how. I think I had left my face mask kind of on and I ended up missing to the right, and I think that might have been why. But that must be the same one that Austin missed in here 3 times in a row the other day. Because that joker didn't feed, it was spooked, but it kind of walked right down in here. And it come to me. I mean, I know I stick out like a sore thumb in this tree. I don't have a lot of cover. That joker come walking to me at about 20 yards. If that, maybe 15. And gave me another shot. And I put it right there, buried it up in there good. I went straight through that back. I think I hit the offside shoulder. And the arrow didn't go all the way through, but the fletchings was about all that was sticking out. And I know I heart shot her because I heard her let that air out. And last time I did that, that deer didn't go far. Now I watched her tumble and fall a few times and blood spewing everywhere. And I watched her run up here on the top. And I'm pretty sure she went down right there. But I'm gonna give her a few minutes. I'm about to pack my stuff up. And it's 10 o'clock anyways. We're about to get down. Austin may be down already. I'm just gonna walk out here and get him real quick, and then we'll go get this deer and then go see what Cody and them were up to. I'm just glad I broke the ice finally. I hate that I missed, but second shot's a good charm. My arrow broke off. It went pretty much clear through, or this is all that was. This
yeah,
right here
you ain't got no blood hardly on the veins, so you know it didn't go all the way through.
That's all I remember sticking out of the deer is this little bitty bit. Every bit of all that went through it, and I'm pretty sure
when we checked that deer, it went through the shoulder.
Yeah, that side might have come out the other side.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got full penetration here.
She's bleeding everywhere.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, you got some good.
There's bubbles in that blood too.
Then you hit lungs.
Yeah.
For sure, if there's bubbles in it. She's bleeding pretty heavy right here.
I'm just surprised that we walked that corner already.
I doubt we're pushing her.
No.
We've done seen her.
She's big.
I can't believe she ran this far, but in all honesty, well, yeah, we went in.
We ain't that far. She didn't run very far.
She just all through the woods.
Yeah, but I'm surprised she made it that far, period.
With that good of blood. Yeah.
Well, I got a story.
You get one?
Huh?
You got one?
Come here.
Did you hide him off to the side?
Hey, we did see a nice buck walking in this morning.
That was
I just saw you parked down under that and like on the ground.
You think I did it?
Where'd you shoot it at?
Way up there.
You have tracking still?
Yeah.
Is it a buck?
I'm hoping. No, it's a doe. I'm hoping it ain't, but like right out here.
When'd you
smoked
shoot
her.
When'd you shoot her?
10 o'clock. 5 minutes later, he come walking up. I said, "I'm glad you sure didn't come up
Well.
here." I missed one first.
Buck?
The same deer. It had to have been that same one he was shooting at, because this joker. I seen 4. If you count the two, if you count the 2 we walked in and seen, I seen 6. We seen a nice
buck.
20 yards in the woods, and he just stood there. Austin couldn't see him for a while. I said, "Look, it was just right up there. We were walking the road, and he was 20 yards."
This
No,
morning,
in the
when
dark.
we were walking down the road here.
In the dark.
You got pretty good steady blood.
Oh, dude, what's in to the video? And I didn't think I got it on video, but I did.
Hey, let me pull my truck off to the side real quick in case someone comes back.
But we've been tracking. I'm surprised she's made it this far.
Yeah.
Stumbling and falling, and just like I went straight up in the offside shoulder, and all of that went all the way through, and then that's all that was sticking out, and it broke. She did. You should have heard. He said he was getting out of the stand to take a pee, and
I heard it.
You know when you shoot them when they do that? Yeah. That's what happens to you. As you can see, I'm right back in this same spot. We gave it everything we got, but never ended up finding that deer. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen bow hunting. After rewatching the footage, I kind of noticed that that deer wasn't as quarter in two as I thought. She ended up turning and was pretty much broadside, so I know I hit her a little bit too far forward. But I just find it hard to believe that that deer made it that far. She bled like crazy too. Bubbles in it. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of like big bubbles, but there was a lot of small bubbles in it. And it was real bright red and pink and good looking blood. I just don't understand it. I wish I could have that shot over again.
I'm gonna pull it up bigger whenever I get home. I didn't have no way to pull it up on a big screen or on the computer and look at it a little closer. But I just feel like I got that much penetration. It almost was a complete pass through possibly 2 shoulders. I for sure went right through one. And almost the whole arrow came out. It broke off at like the end. And that's the only part that didn't get through. But I mean, you can't cry over spilled milk. I mean, that's just part of bow hunting. It sucks to me because, you know, I really need to kill a deer because I've just been had a string of bad luck non-stop since all of last year and all of this year so far. But who knows? The good Lord's got a plan for everything. And it's gonna be a good afternoon, so maybe I'll still get a shot at something, or maybe Austin will. Maybe Cody or Larry, one of the other guys. We're gonna keep going after it. It's gonna be a good season. I know the Lord is good all the time. I hate, you know, hitting a deer like that and not being able to find it, but like I said, that's part of bow hunting. Can't do too much about that. Just try to make a better shot next time. And I have to really pay attention on if they're quartering or if they're quartering away or if they're broadside. I'll try to notice a little bit better. But anyways, I'm gonna sit here the rest of this afternoon and hopefully a buck or something will cruise by. That'd be nice.